G'day, in today's video I just want to do a follow-up and go into more detail on something that I touched on in one of my first videos, and that is how people with disabilities, be it physical or mental, are often mistreated or not given the same opportunities as everybody else. Now, I just want to give like a disclaimer here that what I'm about to say does not apply to everybody, because I do realise that there is a lot of loving, caring, inclusive people in the world that are awesome towards disabled people. So anything I say, of course, it's not referring to them. I'm just referring to the ones that are guilty of what I'm about to discuss. Now, getting to the point of the video, and I'm calling the video the lone rat in the aquarium. Now, I have a good friend back in my home state who used to like having pet rats. Now, rats are not really my thing, but they were his thing, and one time I went over to his house and I noticed that there was one rat in this aquarium on its own, whilst there was several other rats in their own aquarium. And consequently I asked him why the one rat was on its own, in which he said to me that this particular rat on its own was born with no feet, and therefore if that rat was put in with the other rats, those other rats would kill it. So that in itself, or that's the animal kingdom's way of dealing with specimens that are not quite right. And it happens all across the animal kingdom. Disfigured or don't want to use the word disabled for animals, but animals that are born with things wrong with them, usually the adult ones sacrifice them, which is not nice, but that's what happens. Now, of course, we're not animals, we're human beings. However, the same principle applies, that being that there's certain people out there that will persecute disabled people for no other reason than they're different than everybody else, which is not right. It's a sad reflection of how the world is, but that's just what happens. And I will, to conclude this video to a positive, and that is that I encourage people just to be kind to everybody, especially if they have a disability or whatnot, because they need it more than anyone. And there's one of the best sayings I ever heard was when how children, like I'm a father, I have 4 children, and children can be quite inquisitive and say, for instance, if there's somebody in a wheelchair or whatever, or somebody severely disabled, and it can be, for some children it can be an inclination just to stare at them. And the best thing I ever heard for that was, instead of staring at them, say hello to them. And that is such a wonderful outlook on it, because people do need to feel loved and feel included. And not often, pretty much all the time, people that are born with things wrong with them, it's not like they choose to. It's something they have no control over, and it's wrong to exclude them. It's wrong to do a lot of things that are done towards these people. So I would just encourage you to be kind to everybody, and we all deserve a place on this earth, and deserve to feel loved. Anyway, that's all I'll say.